Hello all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the last tutorial, we learnt about vectors, vector indexing and slicing. But of course, we missed one part which was vector slicing in R, though we covered it in Python. So I decided to cover the vector slicing in this session and then we shall proceed with vector arithmetic. Okay, let's get started. Now it's easy to create a vector of say 5 numbers. If I say A equal to the combine operator 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is easy to manually type. But what if I want to create a vector which has got say 20 elements? Then typing each one like this could be a little bit time consuming. So what options do I have? I can probably delete this and write something like this 1 colon 20. And now if I execute this line and if I type A here, I'll get the value of A as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 20. So this is one way of creating a vector with multiple numbers and in sequence. Supposing you only want the alternate numbers, then we have an option by using this sequence function in R. So we can start off with from equal to 1 if I want to start the sequence from 1, and then I can press the tab on my keyboard and it will give me what are the other things that I can type. Now if I select 2, so I have to say the sequence ends at 15 and then comma and another tab. Now I also have an option of entering by. So what does by indicate? Number, increment of the sequence. If I select by, I can put a number something like 2. And now if I execute this, A gets overwritten. Now if I just print A here, it gives me the value as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13 and 15. This entire sequence gets incremented by 2. Now let's try to do a vector slicing here. If I want the first 3 elements of this vector, the way we do that in R is A with a square bracket 1 is to 3. And now if I click on the run button, it gives me the first 3 elements. Similarly, if I want the last 3 elements, how many numbers do I have here in A? I've got 8 elements here. So I can type the last 3 elements will be 6, 7 and 8. So I can put it this way. A 6 is to 8. And now if I click on the run button, it gives me the last 3 elements here. Now these are all hard-coded numbers here. What if the sequence suddenly increases? Right now, if supposing I change this to 25 and I click on the run button here. Now A has numbers like 1, 3, 5, 7 up to 25. Now if I click on A 6 is to 8, these are not the last 3 elements. So the numbers have changed now because now I have got 13 numbers here in the vector A. So I have to change it to 11, 12, 13. 11 is to 13. So to ensure that we don't do a hard coding, how can we execute or get the last 3 numbers of an array printed? Think over it and try to do it yourself. You can pause the video now and try doing it at your end. And anyways, I'll be doing it in the next 2 seconds. Okay, I hope you have been able to try something out on your own. But the way we do that is we select A and let me go to the from element a little later. I put a colon operator and now I want to go up to the last element, which is length of A, because if I just select this number, select this particular length of A function and I click on run button, it says 13. So I want the number to be printed up to 13. So 13 is fine. Now what do I put over here? Here I'll be putting a number which is 2 less than the length of A, isn't it? So how do we do that? We can just type length of A minus 2. This is the way we put this. But just to ensure that R understands what we are writing here, we need to put this in the bracket. What does this give? Length of A minus 2. Now if I execute this and click on the run button, it gives me 11. Now if I execute this line, so it's effectively it is 11 is to 13. So that's how we do the slicing in R. So if I want to find the first element, I can just do A1 and it gives me the first element, which is 1. Let me just type A here. So this is the first element. And now if I want to find the last element, can I do like this, which I did in Python in my previous tutorial? What do you think the answer would be? Well, in this case, it is slightly different from Python. In Python, when we do A with a -1 in the square bracket, it would be displaying the last element. Whereas in R, it still looks at the first element, and since we have put a minus, it will ignore that element. So now, if I do something like A -1, and if I click on the run button, it will ignore the first element and it will start displaying the other elements except the first element. That's what it has done over here. Similarly, if I do something like -2, it will ignore the second element. It is ignoring 3 from the vector A, which is actually the second element. Okay, now let's try to do vector arithmetic. So in A, I have all these numbers. How many numbers do I have? Let me just reduce it so that it becomes easier for us to understand. Let me take some random numbers. 20, 34, 12, 67, and 3. So I have 5 numbers here. And if I click on the run button, A has all these numbers. Now, let me create another vector of 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I click on the run button. Now, if I do A plus B and click on the run button, it gives me 21, which is nothing but 20 plus 1, 34 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 67 plus 4, and 3 plus 5. Arithmetic happens element by element. Now, supposing I change B, in fact, I add a few more numbers here, 6 and 7. I just add 2 more numbers. Take note of the fact that A only has 5 elements and B has 7 elements. Let me run A and B once again. A has 5 elements and B has 7 elements. Now, if I type A plus B and click on the run button, it definitely gives me an output. At the same time, it also gives me a warning message. In A plus B, longer object length is not a multiple of shorter object length. So the longer object, which is B here, it has got 7 elements, is not a multiple. So here 7 is not a multiple of 5. However, let's see if it has done the addition correctly. 20 plus 1, 34 plus 2, 12 plus 3, 67 plus 4, 3 plus 5. Once we get exhausted with the elements in A, the next set of operations for A plus B, what it does is it would again go back to the first element of A. So now 6 and 7 are pending. So 6 plus 20 becomes 26 and 7 plus 34 becomes 41. So this is how arithmetic or the addition happens in the case of R as far as vectors are concerned. And A minus B is also done in a very similar way. Now if I click on the run button, again it does give me a warning. Now let's try to do one thing. If I add 3 more numbers here, 8, 9 and 10. Now A has 5 elements and B has 10 elements. So now B has got the number of elements which is a multiple of the number of elements in A. So 5, and here it is 5 into 2. Now if I do A minus B, let's see if we still get this warning. Now when I click on this execute button, A minus B, it just gives me the output. 20 minus 1, 19, 34 minus 2, 12 minus 3, 67 minus 4, 3 minus 5. And once we are done with that, once again it is 20 minus 6 because we are already exhausted, so it goes back to the first element. So 20 minus 6, which is 14, 34 minus 7, which is 27, 12 minus 8, which is 4, 67 minus 9, which is 58, and 3 minus 10, which is minus 7. I hope you don't find this complicated. Just in case you're finding it complicated, don't worry, we'll try to solve a few problems after we also cover dates and times, which would be the next tutorial in the playlist. Once we're done with dates and times, we'll try to solve a few problems based on whatever we have learned so far. And we'll do that in both R as well as Python. All right, that's how arithmetic is done in R. Now, if you go to Python, maybe in this case, you can try the division and multiplication operator on your own as an assignment. Try keeping the same number of elements. Try changing the number of elements, which is not a multiple. So in this case, like for example, 5 elements, and in this case, maybe 7 elements. And then try having number of elements in one vector as a multiple of number of elements in the other vector and see the difference. All right, now let's move over to Python. In the case of Python, we need to import a library, import numpy as np. What we are going to do is we are going to have a vector which is a, and let's have some 5 numbers assigned here. And once we execute a, it gives these 5 elements. Now let's try to have b also with 5 elements. Let's say 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15. And execute b. Now if you do a plus b, it just adds. So 1 plus 11, 2 plus 12, 3 plus 13, 4 plus 14 and 5 plus 15. That's how these numbers are getting displayed here. And similarly, a minus b gets executed accordingly. So the difference is same in all of them. Hence it's a minus 10 across all. 1 minus 11, 2 minus 12, 3 minus 13, etc. Now let's try to change the vector b. Let's try to add 2 elements here. I add 16 and 17. Let me delete these cells. X. All right. Now a is still the same, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now b has changed. So let me re-execute the cell. So now b has got 11, 12, 13 up to 17. Now if I do a plus b here, it throws an error. In the case of R, even though the numbers were not multiples in both the vectors, it was still somehow managing to do the addition. But in Python, with the NumPy library, it has been built in such a way that only if the number of operands or only if the number of elements in each of the vector is the same, we can do the arithmetic operation. So in this case, the first element has got 5, first vector has got 5 elements, and the second vector b has got 7 elements. So since they are different, it does not allow us to perform any arithmetic operation. Let us try minus. It throws the same error. And let us try multiplication. So this is the major difference between arithmetic operations of vectors, how it is performed in Python and how it is performed in R. This is what I wanted to communicate in this particular tutorial. I hope you found this useful. If you like my tutorial, please do subscribe to my channel. In the next tutorial, we'll be covering dates and time. If you have any doubts, questions, suggestions, feedback, do post them in the comment section. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.